Fight fans, fight fans, fight fans. What it do? What it do? We about to go live, man. Or are we already live? Man, I haven't done this in months. In months. Damn, man. I see they have changed some things on here. Let me share. How do you do this? All right, I see. Yeah. We about to talk some boxing, fight fans. We about to talk boxing. What's goody? What's goody? What's goody? AJ, the Nigerian scammer, is always lying to the public. Legendary boxer, we about to go in, my man. We are about to talk about this thing here, man. I have been wanting to face some of those AJ fans. It's your boy, Main Man, Made Man, live full effect. Let's get this party started. Ladies and gentlemen, I ain't blocking none of y'all, man. I ain't blocking not one of y'all. Say what the hell y'all got to say. It's on your mind, because we going in. Now, if you could ditch it, you know what I'm saying? Don't be, you're going to have to take it also. So that's the rule up in Main Man, Made Man chat room. Say what the fuck you want to, you know, and I'm going to let it know, you know, I'm going to tell it like it needs to be told. We're going to start off talking about AJ and my main man, Deontay Wilder. That's what we're going to start off talking about first and foremost. You know, what's good, HP? I was listening to Wilder earlier, right? He called Anthony Joshua a joke. I repeat, a joke. Brooklyn Child, what's goody? A joke. Y'all remember a time in boxing when there was, if you called another champion a joke, they would take that so personal. They would take that in so many ways that, yo, we got to fight. Deontay Wilder literally called that man a joke. Adebisi, what's good with you, man? I appreciate all the support, bro. Real talk. What's good? What's good? What's good with everybody, man? I missed all of y'all. I haven't done a live stream since Las Vegas. It's been a while, so I missed all of y'all, man. Real talk. But I'm really stuck on something here, man. Did y'all hear Deontay Wilder call AJ a joke? And I'm wondering if that doesn't rattle this dude, if that doesn't get under this dude's skin and force this cat to a fight, there ain't words that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. It ain't words. I don't know what can be said. I don't know what can be done at this point. He's called him a joke. He's tried his best to ridicule the man. He's offered him up. He said he'll take less money. I mean, what else does Wilder got to do to get this damn fight, man? What does he got to do to get this fight? I don't get it, man. I got people hitting me up. Big ups to you, Shizbiz. I appreciate you, man. You know, I got people hitting me up, giving me the same old cockamamie story, man. Oh, my God. Hey, this is the most that Deontay Wilder has ever made in his career. Oh, you know, the same old 1-2 step. Oh, it's this. He's never made this much money ever in his life. He should take the $12.5 million. They have disrespected this man beyond measure. He wasn't allowed to go over there and get in the ring, right? Disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to put the proper opponent in front of him. Disrespect him again. Okay. And now you want to throw him this paltry anything offer. What is this, man? It's disrespectful. It's the WBC champion, man. People don't seem to understand that, man. This is the green belt, ladies and gentlemen. When is the last time a UK fighter actually held the green belt? Was it Lennox? When is the last time a UK fighter? This title holds prestige. When y'all talk this $12.5 million talk, the title alone is worth this man getting a better percentage than what they offering this man. Don't let nobody come in here talking about, oh, main man, made man. This is not $100 million fight. You know, that was an estimate, guesstimate, whatever you want to call it. It's not 100. I don't care if it's 80. I don't care if it's 70. I don't care if it's 60. I don't care if it's 50. 12 million is too low. He needs to fight Parker and drop him and then call out AJ again. He just beat the number 3 heavyweight in the world. if he didn't get the proper respect from beating him, what is he going to get from beating Parker, who just coming off losing to AJ? I mean, what is he going to get from that? He just beat Luis Ortiz. He can go and fight Joseph Parker. He can go and fight Dillian White. He can go and fight Santa Claus. That ain't the way to get the fight, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know, at this point, truth be told, I don't know what Wilder, other than splashing into the UK. Y'all have heard my vids and y'all have heard my suggestions. Other than splashing into the UK, which now I'm almost starting to have a little bit of doubts on, because it's nothing that the man can do. Ain't shit that he can do. This is clearly telling me one or two things. Either they don't respect Deontay Wilder, or quite simply, they don't want to fight him. Those are the only two conclusions that you're going to be able to draw. You ain't going to be able to draw no other conclusions, man. I don't know why he takes this approach. AJ had no problem with getting there with Joseph Parker. He had no problem with luring Charles Martin over the water, right? He had no problem with getting in there with a Klitschko. Respected all of those dudes. Gave them respectable paydays, respectable splits, you name it. Gave it to all of them. Why can't he do that to Wilder? Why can't he do that to Wilder? It's obvious. The man doesn't want to fight him because they want to sit around and go and continue to collect checks fighting all of these fighters that they know that the man is going to beat. Stop, keep piling that money. Hear me when I tell y'all, ladies and gentlemen, I truly believe that the goal is Tyson Fury. This situation is Mayweather-Pacquiao 2.0. I agree, Brooklyn child. And look how long we had to wait for that. 5 long years, bruh. 5 long years. I ain't trying to wait 5 years for this fight. I ain't trying to wait 5 years for this fight. Long years. And then even back then when they was doing the Pacquiao and Mayweather negotiations, I was one of them cats here saying, man, yo, Pacquiao shouldn't even take the low ball offer because it takes 2. Orlando, what up with you, Orlando? It takes 2. You know, one thing I'm going to say, I'm not going to disrespect AJ, if you will. AJ has earned 3 of the 4 major belts, right? Hats off to him. However he did it, whatever. I ain't going down that road right now. He got 3. So now he's at the big show. And he want to be rewarded and paid for all of his hard work. Well, so does Wilder, man. So does Wilder. And when y'all keep throwing this resume stuff in my face, oh, he ain't fought nobody. Please start including how he went over to Russia and attempted to fight Povetkin in his backyard, which is one of the most dangerous things you can do. Russia, ladies and gentlemen, Russia. Also mention the fact that he took the title off of very game Bermane-Stiverne at the first fight. Very game Bermane-Stiverne, coming off beating Chris Arreola. Include that. They never talk about the Malik Scott one. Pretty Boy Floyd took a low ball off and came out Money Mayweather. I'm guessing you're taking about the De La Hoya fight. A-side rules. It's not about taking the low ball off. It's like a matter, that's just too low, bruh. Too low. Let's just, come on, man. Let's be fair here, right? Let's be fair. Let's say the fight, and I'm going to give y'all this. Let's say the fight makes $50 million. Let's just say 50. That's the lowest. I think it'll make way more than that, but let's just say $50 million. If we have $50 million, Wilder deserves at least, give or take, 17, 18, 19, 20 million. How much did Parker make in his last fight? You talking about the last fight with AJ? In the AJ fight, I know he got a good percentage. Would he get like 33 point something percent? 34%, somewhere around there? Yeah, it's been a minute, Anwar. It has been a minute. I was just telling everybody, the last live stream we did was in Vegas, bro. That was last summer, man. God damn, 33%. Yeah, that's respectable. That's respectable. Joseph Parker didn't do nearly the work that Deontay Wilder did. He damn near lost to Hughie Fury. I thought he did lose to Andy Ruiz. You got Deontay Wilder stepping in there with Luis Ortiz, a dangerous southpaw, the number 3 best heavyweight in the country, beats him, regardless how he beats him, not only beat him, stopped him. And you give Joseph Parker more respect than you give Deontay Wilder? Clearly, we know what's going on here. UK fans, please don't be fooled, man. Don't be fooled by Eddie Hearn. Y'all know what the dude doing. He's making money off y'all backs. He's not giving y'all the fight that y'all want to see. Or do y'all really want to see it? That's the grand question. I'm wondering now, man. Because y'all UK fans, man, y'all killing me with y'all answers. Oh, well, he shouldn't fight Wilder. Wilder should take less money because of this. Wilder should take it. I'm even to the point where I think if Wilder was to say, you know what, fuck it, I'll take it. I'll take the fight. I will take that $12.5 million and let's go. I got a feeling something else will come up. Oh, you'll take the $12.5 million? Okay, well then you're gonna have to fight in penny loafers. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna just keep moving the goalposts, huh? Just keep moving the goalposts. This is disrespectful. Muhammad Ali got to be turning in his grave. You know, the one thing that I know y'all heard the story about Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, right? Y'all know that story. How them two behind the scenes had to work it out to get Ali back in boxing. And though they talk trash about each other to the public, they actually behind the scenes were doing a lot of things together to get Ali back. And we all know the main reason, other than the fact that Ali was a cash cow, but we all know the main reason because of the insults that Ali was hurling at Joe Frazier as a champion. He couldn't sit well. It didn't sit well with him. You know what I'm saying? You got Anthony Joshua being called a joke, and he's like, I'm cool with that. What the hell kind of boxing are we watching? Are we watching boxing, or are we watching, like, who can make the most money? Like, how are you as a fighter cool with another man calling you a joke? You are a joke. That's exactly what Deontay... How do you cool with that as a world champion? These new age boxers are like these new age rappers. You know what I mean? They half of what the guys of yesteryear was, man. Real talk. And that's just how I feel about it. So, AJ and Team Hearn, they need to come to their senses, man. I can't stand these LDBC clowns telling Wilder to take whatever crumbs AJ offer. First off, I don't think the LDBC are clowns. I think the LDBC is a well-respected. I like what them brothers do. Second, I will say it's wrong. I don't think that Wilder should accept what the man is offering. And I have my reasons for that. I don't think that should be the case. I don't think there's a level of respect here. There is a level of respect. See, my thing is, I think people are saying that they'll be cool with Wilder taking that low offer if in the rematch Anthony Joshua will come back and take the same thing. That is fair. And see, this is what I was saying in my last vid. Y'all seen that Radio Raheem vid that went around where Anthony Joshua was on public record stating what he will do, right? He said he will take that offer that Wilder offered. He would take the low money, and then in the next fight, y'all heard how it went. Deontay Wilder needs to get that tape, pay World Star, start a bunch of fake accounts, do something, and take that video and use it against them. If Wilder takes the money, AJ will have a fake injury. I agree. It's going to be something. It's going to be something. Wilder is the champ. We need to stand behind him like the UK stand behind H. All right, legendary boxer, you ain't never lied, player. You ain't never lied, bruh. We got to stand next with Wilder. This is a matter of principle. This ain't the welterweights. This ain't the middleweights. This ain't the cruisers. This is the heavyweight division. Things change. You support your heavyweight champion. UK fans, I have no problem with the way y'all support AJ. I actually commend it, and I give y'all a round of applause. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Good shit. But even like us American fans over here, we may support Wilder, but let them come around and do some bullshit. We calling it out. It's on y'all to call it out. Y'all want to fight like we want to fight, right? Allegedly. Allegedly. I don't know. Y'all want to fight like we want to fight, right? I got no respect for any fellow American that is not behind Wilder 100%. I can feel that, bro. Because we got nobody else. Let's just be real. We got nobody else on the heavyweight scene like what, we got Jarrell Big Baby Miller? Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Man, come on, Joe. We got nobody but Deontay Wilder. We have to support Deontay Wilder. Now, I will say this. Now, doesn't usually sit well with a lot of people, but it is what it is, yo. Hey, Wilder should have went over to the UK. Wilder should have went over to the UK. And I know what people are going to say, well, no. Shannon the Cannon. You know what? Wilder can learn something from Shannon Briggs. Shannon Briggs followed Klitschko over to the lake. He followed Klitschko in the restaurants. He stalked Klitschko everywhere he went. He almost backed him into a corner, for crying out loud. You know, one thing about Shannon the Cannon, he from that old school. He don't let up. He don't let up until he get to the goal. But I will say Wilder, yes, Adderbees, he should have went to the UK. And clearly you UK fans need that, y'all hearts and minds won by Deontay Wilder. I truly believe that if he would have went over there, knocked out Dillian White, jumped on the ropes, hit his chest, you know what I'm saying? I want Joshua. I want Joshua. Guess what? If y'all wouldn't have respected that, I don't even know what to say. Even without going, Wilder was the topic in every interview by IFL Fight Hype. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. But that's not enough, Mo. That's not enough. Listen to how the UK fans are talking. That's not enough. Just getting interviews and them talking about him, that's not enough. That doesn't move Hearn. That doesn't move AJ. He has to go over there and hit their consumers. See, you got to understand, us American fans, you know, we're a lot of us, not myself, but a lot of us are just new to AJ. So it's like, you know, we ain't buying his fights over there. You know what I mean? A lot of us don't have Sky Sports subscriptions. You know what I mean? They are. If you hit them with, the UK fans are the ones that buy his fights. If he notices a difference and a change in his fan base, yeah, Detroit in the building, Lewis Coleman, what's good? What's good? But they would have to be forced. Canelo didn't want Triple G until Mexican fans demanded the fight. They never stopped asking for a Triple G fight. UK may not want their chance. I agree, but that's the way. See, clearly Eddie Hearn and AJ are moving with a money move. They look at how the money is moving. They are stalling, hoping that Tyson Fury can get his ass in shape, and then hoping that Tyson Fury is going to be back. You know what I mean? That's the goal. Because think about how much money they make in a Tyson Fury fight. If Wilder would have won, he would have put hands on White. Yeah, I do too. I think that would have actually been a pretty respectable fight because he would have killed two birds in one stone. He would have got the so-called, it ain't a Mando now, we all know that, but it wouldn't have been no Mando. He would have got the #1 guy out the way. All right, AJ, I'm calling you out. I just beat your guy in front of 70,000 people over here in the UK. What's good? Matter of fact, I'm not leaving until you tell me what's good. I'm going to spend the night at the UK hotel down the street. Come see me. I'm in room number 999. That's how Wilder's supposed to be, man. And people over here in America, they don't like when I start talking about, you know, how Wilder's corner did him a disservice and everything. But, yo, I got to speak on how I feel. Y'all know how I am. And I'm sorry, man. I do think that Wilder's corner could have done a much better job. They could have done a much better job. Shelly Finkel could have got Wilder that Klitschko fight. They could have... Al Heyman could have pulled some strings and got that title fight with Charles Martin. They could have did a unification hit. You know what I'm saying? They could have chosen a better route. Wilder should go to the UK, announce that he is having a fight over there. His team should make a fight. I agree. I agree 100%. And the reason that he goes over there is not for money. He don't go over there for money. He ain't even going over there for Eddie Hearn. No. He is going over there for the UK fans so y'all can know who he really is. Y'all need to witness a Wilder knockout, man. That's what it is. Y'all need to witness what we've been witnessing for a long time, and that is a Wilder knockout. That's what y'all... I think he would have knocked Dillian White through the ropes, man. Dillian White, come on, man. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to disrespect Dillian White, but come on, man. There's no way he would have been able to hold up the... my main man Wilder. Charles Martin was a joke, and Eddie knew that. Yeah, Eddie not only knew that, Eddie was smart. Eddie was very smart. He threw that bag of money to Charles Martin and flew him over the water. Charles Martin lay down for this title, got that check, came back here, became a crackhead or something, and now he's back in boxing. Wilder would get no credit for beating Martin. He wouldn't have got no credit possibly for beating Martin, but guess what? He would have got that IBF title off Martin, now wouldn't he? Isn't that the reason why AJ is so popular? Isn't it the reason why I like him so much? Because he's so decorated? Correct? Because if it's the level of competition, well, ladies and gentlemen, we can have a serious discussion about the level of competition of Anthony Joshua. And that's just being honest. Charles Martin, really? Vladimir Klitschko, need we go there? Need we go there? Vladimir Klitschko, 41-year-old Klitschko, been out of the ring, got his ears boxed off by Tyson Fury. Are you kidding me? And then he turns around and he in what, Brazil? AJ is famous because the UK has no big stars. I agree. But we ain't got many over here neither in the heavyweight division. But yeah, he only famous because he decorated, man. It ain't because of his level of competition. It ain't because of his resume. Let's be real. Wilder has beaten the stiffer competition in the heavyweight division. Luis Ortiz tops everybody on AJ's resume. I can't say that Ortiz. Yeah, David Beckham probably was the last big star, and he wasn't even really that good for real, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're right. They ain't got no stars over there, Joe. They ain't got no stars. They got Anthony Joshua. And I don't know who else. Ortiz was 3 years younger than Grandpa. Yeah, man. He was younger. And he was sharper. And he was much more game. Don't get me wrong, man. Klitschko fought his ass off in that fight. Klitschko came totally prepared. He was slim. He was trim. He was ready to go. Don't get me wrong. That was the best Klitschko we've seen in a real long time. But that doesn't change the fact that he was inactive at that point. And he had came off a loss. And then they fought for a title that neither one of them had. They fought for the WBA. Klitschko lost the WBA. How the hell did they fight for the WBA? Now you get where I'm going. So if you want to compare the resumes of AJ versus Wilder. Now let's look at Wilder. I can do this off my head here, huh? Let's look at Wilder, right? Let's say, what is his biggest wins? Luis Ortiz tops everybody on AJ resume. Okay. He attempted to get the fight with Povetkin. Paper champions. Now, here's the thing. Wilder literally, because ain't nobody winning no purse bids against Rabinski. We all know that. That dude got bread. You know what I mean? But Wilder literally went over to Russia. And he was taking that fight game. Let's make sure that AJ, which I'm hearing that Povetkin is putting his foot on the gas for that fight. Let's see if he takes this fight willingly. And let's see what kind of money situation works out in that. I think Vlad smokes Ortiz? Nah, bruh. Nah, not at this point. I don't think so. In my opinion, nah. Inactive is Klitschko been? Are you serious? Nah, no way, no how. Main man. Wilder was living in the UK for 1 month for the Povetkin. Oh, man. I want to see him take that fight with the same gumption. Real talk. Because we know what he did with Luis Ortiz. We know what happened with that situation, right? Look, man, I'm not here to just dump squarely on AJ, but I'm just trying to let people know. Look, man, this dude has not done leaps and bounds, things that he can just treat Wilder like this, man. That jab, grab style is real. Let me ask y'all a question. You know, I don't think I've ever heard nobody talk about this because we so focused on the negotiations and everything like that. And I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but I've never heard nobody talk stylistically on how a Wilder AJ fight would actually go. How do we think that actually would go? Truth be told, is it Wilder right hand straight down the pike? Is it going to be AJ getting in close, throwing them combinations, trying to land that big uppercut? How do y'all think that will go? UK fans treat Wilder like a bum. We need to give AJ the same treatment. Yeah. But see, we ain't fooled by AJ over here. We know where AJ is. We know how AJ got those titles. We know what's going on. We know why he didn't fight Luis Ortiz. You get me? We know this. AJ is more technical. I agree. AJ is much more technical. But Wilder has the equalizer. You know what I mean? So it's like, my opinion, I think AJ really needs to be up close on you to really do some serious damage. If Wilder fights a long man's game, if he fights the tall man game, I truly think that AJ is going to have serious problems. Because I think on the outside, I think Wilder will be the much more better fighter. He's much more patient. He's much more poised. And, of course, the right hand will always be danger. You know, always it will be right there at all times. But if AJ has to get close to Deontay Wilder in order to remain competitive in that fight, whenever they fight, that's what's going to be a problem, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be a serious, serious problem, man. Real shit. Real shit. But yo, man, they gotta send this dude an offer, man. They gotta be more realistic, man. I'm hoping that these reports that everybody talking about and even I reported on, I'm hoping it's crap. I'm hoping somebody can come out and say, man, yo, that was bullshit. That was crap. They offered him 25, 35%. Man, because this can't be real, man. This can't be real. This is the WBC champion, Joe. WBC champion, man. The same belt that Muhammad Ali held. This is disrespectful on every level, man. This is disrespectful on every level. My thing is, remember when Eddie Hearn also said, how many times have we heard this dude say that Wilder and AJ was a summertime fight? I mean, everybody's going on this road like this is going to guarantee happen by the end of this year. How many times have we heard him say that? AJ the stiff robot will malfunction when that right hand lands. And it will land. You damn right, legendary boxer. And then also the stamina issue. That also comes up to be an issue also. Now, I do think Wilder's tank is a little better. But I tell you what, AJ better watch that fluctuation in weight, man. Like, if he thinking, I notice he's experimenting. He's going up and down with his weight. And I'm telling you, man, he better watch that. Because I noticed that even though he came in slimmer against Parker, he did still started to fatigue. So, AJ better watch that fluctuation in weight, man. Real talk. Because that can be the thing that really put him down. He's going up and down in weight. He better watch that. AJ and Canelo both got that big bodybuilder neck. They both got stamina issues after round 5. Yeah. I agree. You know, there's a lot of people talking about this Triple G thing, man. And, you know, I'm hearing what a lot of people on YouTube are saying. They're saying that they want to see Triple G fight, you know, what is it? We got Andre. He's calling him out. Truth be told, I would like to see Triple G fight either Derevchenko or either Andre. My thing is, why don't you just get Derevchenko out the way, man? This ain't got to be that freaking complicated. Derevchenko is not that big of a threat to Triple G like that. It's a mandatory eventually. Just do it. When the last time you fought for his IBF Mando? Dominique Wade? Just do it, bro. Just go fight Derevchenko, man. It's not the most threatening fight to Gennady Golovkin. I understand what Gennady Golovkin is doing. He's 36 years old, first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen. Also, you know, he's not trying to get wrist injury and stuff like that and get that Canelo fight, you know, gone. I understand that. But yet and still, you know, I understand when people say, yo, we want to see Gennady Golovkin step up. But it's like, yo, this is like bad timing. This is like very, very bad timing. Triple G was ready for Canelo, but not Derevchenko. I understand that. But is Derevchenko a much more bigger threat than Canelo Alvarez? The kid got 12 fights, man. 12 fights. I mean, I'm not saying he's a bum. He's not a bum by any means. He's a young, strong, good fighter. But I mean, I think he should take that fight. I do. I don't think that's a. I don't think that's a bigger threat than Andre. Truth be told, and I love to see that fight also. But my thing with Andre in the Andre fight, Andre didn't want to fight Billy Joe Saunders. Andre gave us excuse after excuse about Billy Joe Saunders. He told us he needed more muscle mass. This was just, what, 2 months ago? Everybody can beat Wade with 2 months of training. Yeah, but, yo, that wasn't... Y'all, when people always talk about Triple G and Dominique Wade, y'all act like Triple G picked that fight. That was his mandatory, man. You know, y'all need to, you know... It's the same way y'all did Kell Brook. You know what I mean? When Kell Brook was forced to fight Frankie Gavin and JoJo Dan, everybody went nuts. What up, Shola? What up, Shola? Shola, I've been appreciating that support you've been giving me, man. Real talk, man. Y'all gave him the same blues, man. Y'all told my main man Kell Brook when he fought JoJo Dan and Frankie Gavin, leaving out the fact that Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, nobody wanted to fight him. So he was forced to fight his mandatories and these dudes. Oh, but it's cool for Earl Spence to go and fight Carlos Ocampo and I don't hear nobody saying nothing. I don't get that. Yo, y'all double standards is crazy, bruh. Like, real talk. AJ versus Povetkin is next. Eddie will call it revenge for Price. Yeah, man. That was a good fight too, man, Povetkin and Price, man. But you know, man, AJ better, Eddie Hearn better put some money up and, man, not have that fight go back to Russia. If he's smart, man, he better throw that bag on the ground because he don't want that fight in Russia. Spence just stopped Brook and Peterson back-to-back, though. Legendary boxer. You my man, 100 grand. But if we're going to talk this Kell Brook, Earl Spence, I need to let everybody know I don't take the same positions as everybody else. And people may not like what I have to say about that situation. Brook keep on. Brook stunk up the joint with Porter. I'm going to say this one more time. If we go into this Kell Brook versus Errol Spence conversation, I'm going to keep it a million. All right? I'm going to keep it a buck. Let's be real. What about this Kell? Let's talk Kell Brook and Errol Spence. We'll come back to the AJ Wilder thing, man. There ain't really much stuff to talk about other than the fact that AJ needs to stop the bullshit. Spence gave Brook that work. Come on, keep it coming. Spence gave Brook that work, right? Now, will we all be in some sort of agreement here that prior to the eye going out, that Kell Brook was winning that fight? Can we all be on an agreement here? Can I get some agreements on that? That Kell Brook was winning that fight. I don't want to hear nothing about the weight right now. If the eye wouldn't have went out, do we know that Errol Spence Jr. would have beaten Kell Brook? I don't know, Lewis. Who deleting your shit? Hey, we don't do no deleting in here, man. Y'all say what the hell is on your mind. But y'all not going to tell me that Kell Brook was winning that fight prior to the eye going out? Okay. Huh? If you look at that fight, which I've looked at several times, that fight turns around the second that Kell Brook starts pulling at the eye, man. When he starts doing all this, that's when the fight turns around. So did Kell Brook lose to Errol Spence, or did he lose to the injury? So I felt Brook was edging. I do too. Spence don't want the rematch. Yo, I ain't gonna say Spence don't want that rematch. I think Spence actually wants to unify one down at 147. But the thing that pisses me off with Errol Spence Jr., he doesn't go after those fights, man. He just think that those fights are just gonna fall in his lap. And I really wish he would be much more aggressive in going after those fights. Yeah, man, let me tell you something, man. Brook and Spence are two peas in a pod, man. They are the same type of fight. I just did a video talking about this, yo. Yo, these two have been through the exact same similar situation. They are in, when Kell Brook was at 47 prior to Spence, couldn't get a fight with an elite welterweight, right? Couldn't get a fight with an elite welterweight. Errol Spence Jr., same situation. There is something about that IBF at 147, ladies and gentlemen. There's something about it. They can't seem to get another welter. These welterweights ain't tripping off the IBF. Kell Brook went through it. You know what I mean? When the last time the IBF has been in the unification? Off an 11th month layoff. Real talk, legendary boxer. But Kell Brook had just came from 160. Lost one eye already. You know what I mean? And for those who want to keep it real about this, if you injure one eye, it does something to the other eye. Made it much more weaker. Now look, I'm not saying that Errol Spence didn't fight a good fight. He fought a hell of a fight. But let's not act like the injury didn't happen. And let's not act like Kell Brook was not winning that fight. And let's also not act like Kell Brook wasn't strong enough to actually handle Errol Spence Jr., which is very rare at the welterweight division. Come on. Come on, Joe. Come on, man. No excuses, man. Hey, Darrell, I ain't making no excuses, bruh. It's, and look, let me be real with y'all, man. Like, when that fight happened at that time, I did the post-fight video, which is still stands. You check the archives, it's still there. And I ain't gonna lie, man. I was so disappointed in the way Kell Brook took that knee that I was just like, Kell Brook quit. He quit. But then I've watched that fight. I've watched that fight. And I say to myself, he quit. He did quit. No question about it. But it was for health reasons. You don't see Brook begging for a rematch. He just pulled up on Spence. How you ain't gonna see him begging for a rematch and he pulled up on him, bro? He pulled up on him. I mean, come on. I always come back to hear your opinion. I appreciate that, Naturally Strong. I do, man. I do. I just call it like I see it. Look, man. Look, I know YouTube and in the boxing community, they got like a troll problem. You know what I mean? I get that. But that ain't no troll, bro. I speak it how I speak it. For anybody who has just recently joined my channel, I've been here for a while, man. I don't upload as much as most. I don't do live streams as much as most. But my views are genuine. And you can check into my videos and you'll see, man. All of my videos are usually different views than most. It's just, I call it like I see it. And, but we're back to Errol Spence Jr., man. Now let me ask y'all, you Earl Spence Jr. fan. This is what I like right here. This is what I like. I know a few of y'all. I know Legendary Boxer definitely, man. I know you're definitely an Earl Spence Jr. fan. I will try to do that, Legendary Boxer. Real talk. Real talk. I would definitely try to do that. I love engaging with y'all. Let me ask y'all this, though, about Earl Spence Jr. Real talk. Because I want to see Earl Spence Jr. versus Keith Thurman. I want to see Earl Spence Jr. versus all of them. You know what I mean? We all know the names. Should Earl Spence Jr. leave the IBF? I just want a yes or no. And don't. This is not no troll question. This is an honest, fair, and honest question. And if you don't think that Earl Spence Jr. should leave the IBF, tell me why not. You don't think Darrell? Okay, cool. Legendary Boxer says, why leave the IBF? Okay. If none of these dudes are going to fight him, right? You see the WBC attempted to give Keith Thurman 2 Mandos, right? So that would have been stalling. Smart on Keith Thurman's part to get that hand injury or alleged injury, because now he's down to 1 Mando. So it was very, very smart. So you see all of this mixing up that's going on in the WBC, correct? And of course, you know, we know the WBA super champion usually doesn't have Mandos. But however, Manny Pacquiao will be right next to Keith Thurman also. So what makes us think that these fighters are going to come to the IBF looking for Earl Spence Jr.? The IBF list of rosters of fighters is a freaking graveyard. You got Konstantin Ponomariov in it. Konstantin Ponomariov has ran out of room to run from Earl Spence. Oh my God, I'm ranked number 2. Oh no, I'm going to number 5. Oh my God, Earl Spence is he's number 1. I'm going to number 10. That's all you got, bruh. That's all you got. Crawford versus Spence. Yeah, Crawford versus Spence, man. Crawford versus Spence. Y'all see that video that's going around, man, about Terrence Crawford calling out Spence? That shit funny. But back to this IBF question, man. I don't want to get off this right now. I'm just saying, these fighters have already told him that they are not coming to the IBF. What is Spence supposed to do in the meantime, between time? He's going to fight the Carlos Ocampos? Because y'all said Kell Brook couldn't do that when he was doing it. Who is he going to fight? Konstantin Ponomariov? Who else is there in the IBF? I think Devin Alexander's in there. Who are we talking about? Spence said that he is better and smarter than Crawford and he would stop him. That remains to be seen. You know, when it comes to Terrence Bud Crawford, I never cross Terrence Bud Crawford. Terrence Bud Crawford is the #1 fighter in the world to me. You know what I mean? Terrence Bud Crawford says what he's going to do at welterweight. I can't do nothing but believe him. Has he ever stirred us wrong? The man was totally undisputed at 140. You know, he did his thing down at 135. I'm not going to sit here and convincingly say he beats Earl Spence, but I will say that is going to be one hell of a fight. As of today, it's 50-50, and mainly 50-50. I think Crawford has the better skill set, but I think Earl Spence Jr. is just too damn big. I mean, he is huge, and it's going to take a lot out of Crawford to put down Earl Spence Jr., but I definitely think he outboxed him. Did y'all see Earl Spence Jr. in one of those recent interviews when he was, matter of fact, when Kell Brook ran up on him, and they were talking about the weight, and he was like, what? You at 175? Yo, where the scales at, man? Yo, when people call Earl Spence Jr. a weight bully, you can't say he ain't giving that man fuel. Brook and Peterson are better than all the bums on Crawford's resume. Be real, boss. For one, I don't know what, I'm from D.C. I don't know if y'all know. Born and raised here in the nation's capital. So I'm right next to Lamont Peterson. You know what I mean? I've been watching Lamont Peterson since day one. I don't know what version of Lamont Peterson that was. I don't know what that was. You know what I mean? That wasn't the Lamont Peterson that I know. That wasn't the Lamont Peterson that I've ever seen fight. I don't know what went down with that fight. And I ain't trying to make no nothing, but yo, come on, bro. Like, something was fishy with that situation. Like, Peterson vacates his WBA title right before the fight. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, like, he gets in there and he's like, he can't even let his hands go. I don't know what version of Lamont Peterson. And then in the fight prior to that, like, Lamont Peterson was looking good. When he got that #1, he was looking sharp. And then all of a sudden, he just stands there. Like, he was a punching bag that fight, man. So I don't know what version of Lamont Peterson that was. Look, man, I want people to understand something else also. I am a huge Earl Spence Jr. fan. I am a huge Earl Spence Jr. fan. But I hold all fighters equal. I don't choose fight. When they, even my main man, Kell Brook, I hold him to the same fires. And y'all should be doing the same thing. Spence drug Lamont. I ain't. Hey, yo. That wasn't Lamont, man. I don't know what Lamont Peterson that was, blood. Real talk. Crawford versus Ndongo was fishy. I ain't gonna say that, man. Come on, that was for totally undisputed. I want to at least believe in my mind that that fight was everything what it was. You know what I mean? Real talk. Earl versus a healthy Thurman. Who wins and why? You know, as of right now, I give the slight edge to Keith one-time Thurman because mainly his skill set. I think his skill set is very dangerous. But however, Earl Spence Jr.'s ability to cut off the ring, his stalking ability, that could be, and we know how Keith Thurman takes those body shots. We still remember that body shot from Luis Collazo, heard around the world. We still remember that body shot from Sean Porter that put Keith Thurman on his bicycle. And we know Earl Spence Jr. is the best body puncher probably in the game right now. So, truth be told, that is going to be a thing. But I think that Keith Thurman just has the brain, bro. I think he has the brain. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we know Crawford's hand ain't had no injury. Man, they were just trying to get that shit put on that ESPN A+ app. You know what I'm saying? That's all that was, man. They were just stalling for time. Bob had to figure out a way to get us to pay for his fight at the end of the day. That's all it was. I ain't believing that hand injury one bit. Now, I'm going to say this, though. Bud Crawford better be on his A game when it comes to Jeff Horn. That is not a guaranteed win, ladies and gentlemen. That is not a guaranteed win. Spence is a better body puncher than Triple G and Canelo. You know what, man? I'm going to say when Spence eventually goes up to 154, that's when it's going to get very, very interesting in my opinion. I mean, if he gets up there and that same crop of fighters that are there now are still there, things going to get real interesting at 154. Kell Brook in the mix. The winner of Saddam Ali versus Liam Smith. Oh, who we talking? Hurd. Who we talking? The Charlo. Who we talking? I mean, that mix and you adding Earl Spence Jr. to the mix, man. 154 gonna be lit. You hear me? I'm talking lit. Man, that's what I can't wait to see. But then y'all don't want to speak the fact that Earl Spence Jr. is talking about he's weighing 180 plus pounds fighting welterweights, man. It's time for that kid to go to 54. A new golden age. We're right there. We're right there. What division you speaking on, though? Because the welterweights right now is definitely popping, but I got to see more fights, man. I got to see these dudes fight each other. You know, Keith Thurman right now is getting the business from y'all fight fans. I mean, the bee's knees. Y'all are dogging Keith Thurman as if this man ain't beat the number 2 and number 3 guys in his division. You know, don't get me wrong. I want to see Keith Thurman versus Earl Spence just like y'all do. But at the end of the day, if Earl Spence, and I think this is where Earl Spence differ from people. People don't understand. Y'all notice Earl Spence is real cool, calm, and collect when it comes to this fight. I think he knows exactly what Keith Thurman is doing. I think he knows I think he didn't understand it at first, and he really did think that Keith Thurman was ducking him. But now I think Earl Spence is in a place right now where he knows what's going on. He knows that Keith Thurman is trying to make this fight for the right time. He knows that Keith one-time Thurman is trying to build this fight to an astronomical level, which both men, I repeat, both men deserve. You know, Earl Spence deserves a big fight. Keith Thurman deserves a big fight. So if they're going to make this fight bigger, and if Keith Thurman is going to have to do what he got to do, if he got to become the villain, because everybody going on him right now just to make that fight bigger, I say hats off to Keith Thurman. He's being the smarter boxer, man. I know we don't see it right now, and we don't understand. But if Keith Thurman beats his mandatory, Earl Spence Jr. continues to do what he does, do you not know when these two meet up, the earth is going to stop for that fight? You know, the traffic lights is going to cut off. You know what I'm saying? Planes are going to stop flying for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Boats are going to park and shore themselves. Everybody is going to stop moving because we need to see this fight. Errol Spence versus Omar Figueroa in Texas. Hey, yo, Juan, that would be one hell of a fight, man. You know, we all know the story that Omar Figueroa has already defeated Errol Spence Jr. in the amateurs. I believe it was Omar Figueroa who stated that he stopped Errol Spence Jr. from going to the Olympics or some other jazz like that. And I definitely love to see it. Now, this ain't the amateurs. Then this ain't the amateurs, yo. And this ain't the same Errol Spence that Omar Figueroa had beat. So if Omar Figueroa is going to think about getting into the ring with Errol Spence Jr., he better remember who he's getting into the ring. This ain't that same kid that he fought years ago. This kid is bigger. This kid is stronger. This kid is sharper. This kid is used to fighting bigger men. And Omar Figueroa's fluctuations in weight, man, I'm sorry, man. Like, yo, I don't think Omar want that fight right now, Joe. Omar need to sit back and get his, he need to get his drunk ass back in order and get his, because he let that AB fight fall through the cracks. That would have been the fight that could have put him on the map. You know what I'm saying? And Omar need to get it together. But Omar Figueroa versus Earl Spence, not right now. Not right now. Because if he beats Omar, Earl would get absolutely no credit for that fight. They would say he was out of shape. Oh, he's just coming off of DUIs. Oh, who is he beat? When is the last time he fought? Oh, Robert Guerrero. Who the hell is Robert Guerrero? That's what you'll get. So I don't want to see Omar Figueroa versus Earl Spence right now, truth be told. Now, let me see something. Let me try to pick my brain here. Who would I want to see Earl Spence Jr. fight? Aside from Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia. I think, man, I'd like to see him fight Danny Garcia, man. Like, I take that back. I'd like to see him fight Sean Porter, bruh. Porter, man. I was this close from making a vid on going on Sean Porter after he didn't pop up at that venue the other day, man. Earl Spence Jr. right there in your backyard and you don't show up? Where the hell was Sean Porter? You know, man, he's usually at every fight when it comes in Vegas, right? Man, Porter and his daddy, man, man, they so busy running after Keith Thurman that it's sad. You got Earl Spence Jr. sitting right there, bruh. No, we not asking for that fight. We don't want to see Porter and Thurman no more. We don't want to see it. I'm sorry. I take Porter versus Danny. You know what I mean? With the loser facing Earl Spence Jr., why can't that happen? And I'm going to tell you another thing that nobody talks about, man. Why the hell Al Heyman ain't making the fight? Y'all keep forgetting that these dudes share the same freaking manager / advisor or whatever the fuck. Porter don't want that work. Yeah, he don't want that work, man. Porter ducking that work, man. And it's sad because I'm such a big fan of Sean Porter. His style is so fan-friendly. His style versus Earl Spence Jr. style. Truth be told, I pay pay-per-view money for that, man. I don't see Porter doing anything with Spence with that smother work. Yeah, but it would be entertaining and action-packed. Man, that will be a fight, Joe. That will be a fight. There ain't going to be no pity-patting going on in that fight. You're going to have one cat coming full head of steam, and you're going to have Earl Spence Jr. wanting Sean Porter to try to push him back. You know what I mean? Spence is huge. Yeah, Spence is too big. That's why I told people, man, after he had that confrontation with Kell Brook, and he was like, 175. Like, where the scales at? Like, he was heavier than 175. I'm like, Spence is a big boy. Porter would get destroyed. Spence is just as strong. Yeah, I mean, but it still would be a good fight. And eventually, just like everybody else, Porter's going to run out of options too. Because think about it, Porter's been in there with damn near all the big names. Once he gets Danny Garcia out the way, who is he going to fight next? I remember him and Manny Pacquiao used to be sparring partners, so I don't know if that fight's even available. We be talking about Amir Khan. Amir Khan is not going to get in there with a guy like Showtime Sean Porter. Showtime Sean Porter will sleep Amir Khan. You know what I mean? Spence has one of the best jabs in boxing. He's just not a weight boy. Spence has a hell of a jab. It's gotten better. I will say that. If you go back like around the around the Phil Greco time, I thought his jab needed a little tighten up. But after seeing the way he put that thing on Lamont Peterson and how he effectively used the jab against my main man Kell Brook, I will honestly say Spence's jab is serious. And it's powerful. It's stiff. It's a fucking pole. You hear me? Spence need to drop that IBF. Thank you, Naturally Strong. Finally a man, somebody with some damn sense. Yes, Spence need to drop the IBF, man. There ain't no... Look, if Spence was to go to the WBC today, right? Get into the mix with those fighters. Emerge as the last man standing. Gets the fight with Keith Thurman. Goes for all the titles. Do you think if Earl Spence Jr. win those titles from Keith Thurman, that the IBF guy's not going to fight him? The bag of money is going to be huge, yo. 6 fights in 2013, 5 and 14. 1 in 20. Yeah, man. It's becoming obvious. Y'all see the last vid I did on Earl Spence Jr. when I say, this kid know nobody gonna run up. Sorry about that, folks. We back. Sorry about that, good people. Ran into a little technical difficulty there. I'm doing this live stream on my phone, so the battery had died, so I had to plug it into the charger, man. But I'm back with y'all, man. So hopefully we can get some more of the people back in here. I'll resend some of the links out once again. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Keith, Mr. Glass Thurman. Hold up, Anwar. Really, Anwar? Keith, Mr. Glass Thurman. Yeah, all right. You funny boy. Funny boy. I'm going to share this back. All right, we back, y'all. Sorry about that. We had a little technical difficulty there, man. Now we are back. Let's pick up where we left off. Hopefully, folks will come on back in here. You know what I mean? Now, we left off talking about Earl Spence Jr. Earl Spence Jr. That's what we were talking about. And I was saying how I would love to see Earl Spence Jr. leave the IBF. I would love to see Earl Spence Jr. get into the WBC. I would have loved to see Earl Spence Jr. get into the WBA. I just really think that him staying at the IBF, he is going to go through the same thing that Kell Brook went through. He won't be able to get a respectable fight. You know what I mean? Everybody and their mama's going to duck them. Oh, I don't want the IBF. I don't want the IBF. You know what I mean? And that is the main reason I say that Earl Spence Jr. should lead the IBF. Not because of anything, because I want to see the dude get the fights. And I don't want to see that dude go through what my main man Brook had to go through. Real talk. Real talk. When y'all talk about Brook, y'all don't never say that. Oh, Keith Thurman avoided him. You know what I mean? None of that shit, man. I'm going to move on to another fight, though, real quick. I want to talk about Adrien Broner and Jesse Vargas, man. You know, I'm really looking forward to this fight, man. Adrien Broner is in a do-or-die situation. And I'm dying to know if Adrien Broner is going to get through this test, man. I'm going to tell you like this. If Adrien Broner loses this fight, and we've said this many a times before, Adrien Broner is done. The dude is done, son. He is done. And I'm like, yo, I don't want to see that happen to the boy. He must take this serious. Because what people got to understand, if AB loses, he won't probably just be losing for himself. He'll be losing for his fighters. Bruh, he'll be losing for a lot of people, man. AB better take this fight very, very seriously. All that mouthing off with Floyd shit, getting distracted, bruh, forget all that. Focus on Jesse Vargas. To be honest with you, you got upgraded. If he would have got in there with Omar Figueroa like he was originally supposed to do, man, Omar would have gave him that work, in my opinion. Omar would have gave him that work. Stylistically, that wasn't good for Adrien Broner. But now you got Jesse Vargas, who doesn't employ that same style. Adrien Broner got to win this fight, man. He has been real quiet lately. Who you talking about, Anwar? AB? You talking about AB been real quiet lately, or you talking about Jesse Vargas? Jesse Vargas been tunnel vision, man. This kid has been extremely tunnel vision. Tunnel vision, man. This dude, he's been having his head down. He ain't getting distracted. He know he needs this fight. See, Jesse Vargas needs this fight, too. Let's not forget, Jesse Vargas, shit, he hasn't won a big one. I want to say what? Since that's what? Which fight? What was the last big, since he won the title? That was the last big fight that Jesse Vargas probably won. After he lost to Bradley and he lost to Pacquiao, his name took a major hit. He needs this, man. Broner done. He never throws his hands. I agree. This fight, he better throws his hands. He better go back to the 135 Broner. And remember the style that he used to employ before him and Mayweather became like fake brothers or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, he needs to go back to that style. Aggressive, coming forward, letting his hands go. You know, and like, you know, back then in 135, he overpowered a lot of fighters. He can't do that now at the weight class that he's in. But he's got to let his hands go. He cannot be standing in front of this dude. You always wanted to see Porter versus Brad. That would have been a very good fight. Porter versus anybody is a good fight, man. Porter versus any. I want to see Porter versus Spence. I want to see Porter versus Spence, bruh. I would pay pay-per-view money, and I already know Porter's already lost. I don't care. I would pay pay-per-view money to see Porter versus Spence. You know, somebody tell Sean Porter that as a possible pay-per-view fight. If he fights Earl Spence, maybe that'll get him in the ring with Earl Spence. He's mentally beat by the middle rounds. You're talking about Adrien Broner. Well, my thing is, we know the style that gives Adrien Broner problems. It's the pressure style, aggressive, volume punching style. That is something that Jesse Vargas isn't. So if he loses to Jesse, well, then again, Mikey Garcia wasn't that either. And Mikey Garcia just boxed his freaking ears off. So I don't know. You might be right, man. You might be right. But I tell you, man, I can't say it enough. If Adrien Broner doesn't win this fight, man, he's fucking done. Real shit. He is freaking done, man. He got Tank Davis down there with him. You know what I mean? Hopefully, man, they grinding and they sharpening each other, man. Because both of them right now in a position where they need to win. Real talk. If Tank Davis loses next fight, Floyd Mayweather is going to be so embarrassed, man. Oh, my God, man. It's crazy. What else is going on in boxing, man? We talked about A.J. Wilder. We've talked about Gennady Golovkin. We've talked about Broner. We talked about Earl Spence. I'm gonna go back to this final topic before we end this stream. What's up, Hamid? How you feeling, man? I want to go back to this A.J. Wilder thing one last time before this ends, and I would like to say, man, look, we talking the heavyweight division. We're not talking welterweights or middleweights. The rules change when you talk heavyweights. All that money talk, all that you got to take what I give you. This is the most. That's never been the case with heavyweights, ladies and gentlemen. The heavyweights always wanted to be the baddest men on the planet. Period. UK fans, y'all got to understand where we coming from with that, man. He need to crawl back to Jay-Z. That was a good deal. Hell yeah, that was a good deal. You turn that deal. You gonna tell that man, yeah, you gotta suck my dick. Why would you tell Jay-Z that man trying to throw you that bag? I'll tell you why he didn't do it. You know what I mean? Al Heyman got that leech on AB, Joe. Y'all gotta understand, man. AB in pocket, man. AB is in pocket. Hey, Armin, you from the UK? I didn't know you were from the UK, Armin, but I appreciate you riding with Wilder, man. You know what it is, man. You definitely know what it is, man. And look, man. It's not so much, you know, I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon and say that AJ is afraid. I don't think he's afraid. I think they just want to make money. You know what I mean? I just think they just want to make money. I'm not going to go along the line and say that he's afraid. But Wilder can't sit around and allow that. Shelly Finkel, Al Heyman, Lou DiBella, these dudes have sat back and allowed all of this shit to happen. That could have been Wilder what AJ is doing. Like, I mean, he don't have the fan base. Yeah, maybe he doesn't. But yet and still, they could have gotten him better fights. And he could have been in a much better bargaining position if he would have, say, got the Klitschko fight or, say, got the Charles Martin fight. He would have been in a much better bargaining position, man. You can't bargain, you know what I mean, when you set back and allowed these Eric Molinas and the Duopaz and all that shit. Like, you can't, Chris Areola's, you know what I mean? Like, you can't, you're not in the, I get that. But ladies and gentlemen, we're getting to a point where neither man have much, you know, it's about pride to a, you got to talk about pride also, man. He cares more about his O than the belts. Yeah, because that's the marketing ploy. Unfortunately, that's the marketing ploy, man. You know what I mean? But, yo, there's a point that it comes for pride, though, man. That's all I be trying to tell people, man. AJ need to get off that bullshit. That's what it is. Need to get off that bullshit, man. Real talk. So, I don't know, man. I'm just going to sit back and just wait and see what the hell going to happen with this situation, man. I'm hoping that they get it together. I'm hoping that we get this fight as soon as possible. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of Wilder, but his team is crap. Yeah, me too, man. I'm a big fan of Deontay Wilder. And see, that's what my American fans don't seem to understand. They seem to think that when I talk like that about Wilder, like I got something against Wilder. No, I'm the cat that's been here supporting Wilder for years. But I have to push him for better, you know, to get better. You can't just sit back and allow your American champion to sit back and do nothing. I don't come from that cloth for boxing, man. I remember Mike Tyson fighting back in the day. Yeah, man. Once a month, twice a month. But yeah, Mike Tyson. You know, I even said in one video, man, that they're actually taking AJ down the Mike Tyson route. Think about it. Mike Tyson was a money-making machine, bro. He made Don King a lot of money. Don King ran that scheme with Mike Tyson for years. You know what I mean? It's the same thing that they're doing with AJ. The only difference is I think AJ's honestly probably fighting a little slightly better competition. Mike went through a lot of bums. And we paid a lot of pay-per-view money to see Mike knock out those bums. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen this before. I know what this looks like. And that's why I don't want to see AJ do it. I want to see Wilder come over there, get into their face. No. These fights ain't happening because y'all got to see me. That's what I need to see, man. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? There's a guy who I really respect here on YouTube. I respect him a lot. Been rolling with him from day one, and that's blood boxing. And blood, man, blood don't disagree. We disagree on this. You know what I'm saying? And he was just like, bro, I don't agree. I'm like, no, my position ain't popular. It ain't popular. Just like my positions on Earl Spence Jr. ain't popular. But it's the truth. It is the truth. You know what I mean? Real talk. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about, man, before we end this thing, man? Because every time I think about that heavyweight thing, man, it just pisses me the fuck off, man. Real talk. I can't believe 12.5 million. 12.5 million. Out of a fight that can make anywhere between 60 to 80 to 100 million, you want to give me 12 million, but you want me to bring the U.S. market. You want Wilder to bring the U.S. market, but you want to give him 12 million? That don't make sense. The U.S. market ain't coming for Joshua. Yeah, I don't know why they be deleting your comments, Lewis. I'm gonna look into that, bro. I'm a real talk. I don't do that deleting comment thing here, man. That's the other channels. I don't do that here. We all work hard, you know what I mean? We all put in a hard day's work, all that good stuff. We ain't coming on YouTube to talk boxing, to be censored and all that shit. Speak your shit, you know what I mean? We all grown men, just don't disrespect, that's all. But speak your shit, bro. But the thing I'm trying to say, man, is that, yo, man, we got to get this fight. UK fans, y'all got to help us push for this fight, man. Y'all want this fight as much as we want this fight. I know. You got to help us push it. Y'all the ones that purchase this man's fights. If he is afraid, it does make sense. I'm just saying. Why you ain't no money earlier, bro, so I can donate? Yeah, I gotta set one up, man. Yo, Mo, this is like my literally maybe third, fourth live stream, man. I'm gonna start doing a lot more. I see that's like the new thing. You know, I've been on YouTube now for about, give or take, 3.5 years. You know what I'm saying? And when I first started on this YouTube thing, bro, we ain't had no live streams. You know what I mean? It was just make the vid and go. So I will do more live streams, and I will set that donate button up, man. I really appreciate that, Lewis. Real talk. I appreciate all y'all, man. Real talk. Keep rocking with me, man. Just keep rocking with me, and I guarantee y'all I will give y'all the honest assessment on boxing that I can possibly give. I ain't in the pocket of no fighter. I don't kiss ass to no fighter. I call it like I see it. Period, point blank. I'm not about that whole race shit. You know what I mean? Yo, we talking boxing. We all work. We trying to talk fucking boxing, man. Nobody up in this joint trying to be all on some, you know, man, come on, man. We talk boxing. I appreciate you, Lewis. Lord knows I appreciate you, man. I appreciate guys like you, man. I want to give also a special shout out before I end this thing. Oh, just know, fight fans, I read all of your comments. Every last one of them. I respond to a lot of them, but I read them all because we all differ in opinions. A lot of us are not going to agree. I read all y'all comments. So when y'all be like, man, what the hell you talk about, man? I be sitting here laughing my ass off, yo. Real shit, man. You know what I mean? I be sitting here rolling, man. But I appreciate for rocking with me. Continue to rock with me. Naturally strong. I appreciate that. Special shout out to my main man Steven Gannon. He's the reason that I honestly did this live stream, man. He hit me up in my boxing group and was like, bro, please, let's do a live stream. You know what I'm saying? So hats off to my main man Steven Gannon. He's been rocking with me from day one, man. I appreciate it. We will do more of these, ladies and gentlemen. We would do a lot more. I like to do them on location sometimes, so maybe the next time I'm out at a casino or if I'm at a fight or something like that, I would definitely be doing more live streams. Thank you. Keep rocking with me. Keep pushing for the best fights. Keep pushing for the best fights. Set a schedule. Ruben, why don't we do that? Why don't we do that? I tell you what, Ruben. Maybe Wednesdays at this time every Wednesday. How about that? Maybe every Wednesday evening we can do one. And Sundays. Wednesdays and Sundays. Right after fight. All right, you know, fight days is usually on Saturdays. So Wednesdays and Sundays may be the 2 days that I'll be focusing on. Thank y'all very much. I'll see y'all on the next vid. We will continue to keep it a buck. We will continue to keep it 100. Let's continue to push for the best fights. Be well, be safe, and I appreciate every least one of y'all. Peace out.